Good morning, everyone. It's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How are you today? Today is Friday, and I wanted to get a video out really quick because I have a busy weekend, and I don't think I'll be able to make a video for another couple of days. So I wanted to just real quick touch base with you and welcome you to my channel. My channel is a crochet channel. I have been knitting. I knitted the other day for the first time in a couple of weeks. I worked on my It's Finally Fall shawl. If you've been around, you've seen it. I just put one row on. It took a minute. I had to remember what I was doing. No, I did 2 rows. So didn't make that big of a difference in the size of the shawl. I am on the second cake of fingering weight yarn, and I'm on 60-inch circulars now, so it's getting pretty big and heavy when you're working on those needles. So I'll show you that. I think, do another couple rows, then I'm gonna bind it off, which I don't remember how to do, so I have to go back and watch videos. So that'll be upcoming to see. I thought I was gonna put 3 cakes into it, but I've got about 1.5 cakes or less. And it's just going to be done because I think it's so big. If I make it too much bigger, it'll be dragging on the ground. So I'm going to be happy to complete that and show it to you in an upcoming video. I'm not going to say how long because I don't know, but in an upcoming video. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Like, share, do all those things. If you've been coming back again and again, thank you so much. And please also make sure that you are subscribed, and thumbs and comments. I do respond to all the comments, even if it's just with a heart. Last night, if you were on Lynanne's live, I started a project. I forgot that I wanted to use this yarn and make what she is making. But I wanted to do it in a blanket using that knit stitch that she's doing, like a ribbed knit stitch thing. She's making a scarf out of it, and I thought, oh, that would be a really warm blanket to donate to Project Linus this year, or Snowball Express. It doesn't have any holes in it, so I was thinking baby blanket for Project Linus, because in the past, Nancy, Lynanne, and I, Billy, the Crafty Floridian, Nancy is from She's Got Yarn 2, and Lynanne is Nina's next knot. Nina's next knot. Crochet. Nina's, yeah. Oh, now she's gonna kill me. But you know her. Like, we hang out together. You guys know us. Billy no longer crochets because of her arthritis in her hands, but she sews and she makes Billy bags and damn it dolls. And she's a lovely, lovely woman. But we were making blankets for Camp Boggy Creek in Eustis, Florida, and we got you all to start helping, and last year we delivered over 3,000 blankets, 3,365, I believe, and we have overwhelmed Boggy. They don't have space for more blankets this year, so we've decided that we would send blankets to Project Linus in the Central Florida area, and Snowball Express, which sends children of fallen first responders and soldiers to Disney for, I think, 10 days, and they get to take home a blanket. And that blanket can be as small as, so for the 2 combined, we can do blankets as small as 36 by 36 for an infant for Project Linus, which is in need of blankets without holes for tiny babies. They don't, nothing for their fingers and toes to get stuck in. The Central Florida location is short on blankets without holes. And they will accept blankets up to twin size. So you've got a wide range there. If you make a blanket bigger than baby blanket, it can have all the holes you want in it. But for the infants, they want something that won't get stuck. If you want to send blankets for Snowball Express specifically, those blankets have to be sized for like a 5-year-old or better, because they're 5 when they go to Disney. 5 is the youngest they take them. But if you can donate to Project Linus in your own town, do that. Don't mail the blankets to us, because why pay the shipping? We don't want you to pay the shipping. But if you want to send them for Snowball Express, feel free to send them. I mean, you can send them even if you have a Project Linus in your own area, but save yourself the shipping and donate them there. Just take a picture of that blanket for whatever charity you donate to. Maybe you're donating to the nursery at your church. You know, that's fine too. You know, we're just about the community and giving back. And so if you want to give back in your own community, but yet you want the rest of the yarning community to see your blankets and your donations, please take a picture and email it to the Boggy Blanket Brigade email, which is boggyblanketbrigade.com. With the picture, include the pattern. You know, this was a pattern I got out of a book. This, you know, it's called blah, blah, blah. I use this tutorial from YouTube. This is the yarn I use. This is the hook I used. Because people want to know that. Because if they want to make the blanket too, we can send them in that direction. And we'll do slideshows as those pictures come into the boggyblanketbrigade.com email. We'll do slideshows on our weekly live to show you, oh, look, Sue from Michigan made this one, and look at how beautiful it is. We still want to maintain that type of camaraderie throughout this collection season. We're not expecting to get nearly the amount of blankets because we're hoping that you're donating locally. But if you can't, you know, there's not a Project Linus there, there's no place that you want to donate locally, please send them to us. We'll donate them in Florida. You'd be sending them to Nancy in Morston, Florida, at that address. But Boggy is accepting bears. There is a pattern for a bear made out of like a posh yarn, 5-weight chenille type of yarn. And there is a pattern out of acrylic 5-weight yarn, like puzzle. Those patterns are available on Ravelry for free. Annette from Tangled in Yarn designed these and put them on Ravelry so everyone can just grab the pattern and do it. She also has tutorial out of making it on the posh yarn. And that tutorial is on her YouTube channel, Tangled in Yarn. So the big thing about the bears is they have to follow the pattern because it's part of their brand, and they don't want much deviation, in the pattern. Pardon me. There can be no facial features on the bears. They have to have a ribbon tied around them, and they have to be the right size. So seated from the butt to the top of the head is 12 inches. So if your bear is, you put it together and you don't have the head stuff shoved on, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the body. The head is separate. The ears are sewn in as you crochet the head, which is awesome. The arms and shoulders are sewn together as you make the bear, but you have to sew the legs on separately. That's the only separate sewing on, are the legs. But I'm going to sew the legs onto the body with the shoulders and arms will already be there. I'm going to put the head on, and if it doesn't meet the 12 inches, if it's like 11 and a half, I'm going to stuff it a little bit more and stretch it out. Then sew the head on. Because, that'll get it a little closer to the 12 inches. If it's a little bit of a variation, that's okay. They understand people's tension and how hard you stuff it. Their bears have been cloth. So even if it's loosely stuffed, it's still 12 inches because the fabric is cut to that size. But the fabric doesn't have the fluctuation as your tension to my tension. So several people have made the bear out of the posh yarn and have met the requirements of 12 inches without any problem. It's not that they want to be like nasty about it. It's just that it's their brand and they need to stick to the brand. And so that being said, my bear is not done yet. My first bear. I want to make several, but my first one isn't even done yet. I have worked on it. I have the arms are done. The head is done. Now I need to do the legs and the body. But I have to have enough brain power to concentrate and count. And every time I go to sit down to do it, I'm tired and it's not happening for me. Once this weekend is over, I will have, I think, much more time to concentrate on my crochet. That's why I knitted the other day instead of making the bear, because I was tired and my brain was tired. And I said, I can just knit. And on that particular shawl, it's knitting both sides. You don't need to even think about it. You just, do the motions. And I did not have a project, a crochet project that I finished Amanda's dress. She needs to get the proper undergarments so that we can show it off. So I have, and I haven't started anything. So I have nothing to crochet on that I can crochet without thinking too much. So last night during Lynanne's live, I started a blanket. I got this far. I added, I think, a row or two after the live before I went to bed. This is being made out of Karen's Spice Cakes. And, oh gosh, I didn't bring one with a label out here. I don't remember the color. Rainbow, I think. Rainbow Sherbet. I think that's the color. So it's a variegated, and it is exactly 36 inches. So I did pretty good on that whole, this is about 36 inches. I did pretty good on that arm measurement. I did lay it out on the table this morning and measured it before. It's turning out pretty good. And there's like no real holes for the little fingers and toes to get stuck in. I believe this is the lemon peel stitch or the seed stitch. I can't remember what the stitch is called. You do a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, skip a stitch. Single crochet, double crochet again in the next stitch, skip a stitch. So every other stitch is skipped. Every other stitch has 2 stitches in it, the single and the double. Then I do a half double on the last stitch, turn my work, and go into that very half double and start the process again. Single crochet, double crochet. And you're ending up doing your stitches in the single crochet stitch all the way across. So that's a pretty brainless repeat, and it's making a very nice solid blanket. It's squishy. It'll be good for a baby. 36 inches is the minimum that they take, and that's the baby blanket, like infant blanket size. I am using my Clover 9mm hook. Love my Clovers. We had a discussion about hooks last night. I'm not a hook snob. I just like these, and that's what I use. And once I found them and liked them, I didn't try more hooks because I found what I liked. Once I like something, I just like it. I don't generally like to change my mind. I did mention yesterday, just this real quick, that I am going to be working out of this book, Dry Mix, the Ultimate Dry Mix Pantry Cookbook, and 30-day meal plan, which I didn't read that far into the whole 30-day meal plan. This is by Leila Anderson. There's 150 recipes in here. And they talk about preserving the food, like the best. If you're doing, okay, here's a seasoning mix in this one. And they've got they didn't mix them up because you have to layer it this way so to breath preserve the seasoning. Maybe not in this particular seasoning, but it's just an example. Some of the mixes that have, like pasta, they'll have a soup mix, chicken noodle soup. There's a chicken noodle soup mix. And you just put all the ingredients together and then you add water when you go to cook it. Dump your whole contents into the pot, add water. You could add carrots, you could add, chicken, obviously. It's chicken noodle soup. Boil it until the noodles and chicken are cooked, or I guess you pre-cook the chicken. I don't know. I didn't read the instructions that far. Just mostly ingredients, and it said add chicken later. So maybe you cook the chicken and then add it, but maybe you bake it in, boil it in there. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna work from this book. I got this on Amazon. I am not affiliated. I'm not nothing like that. I just thought that having something like this in my pantry, I like to make, if I make a roast beef, I put Lipton onion soup mix on the top of it. And it makes really good flavor for your meat and a really good base for your gravy. Well, there's a onion soup mix in here, so I don't need to buy the packeted onion soup mix. I can make my own. There's a bouillon recipe in here to make your own bouillon for making gravy or adding to your soups or, whatever you use bouillon for. But I think there's no salt in it. So, let's see. Oh, here's the onion soup mix. It calls for things that I don't, like 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon powder or granules. But there is a beef bouillon recipe in here. So I can make my own beef bouillon and then add it to the onion soup mix. And make my own, know what's in there, know that there's not a lot of preservatives and food colorings and things like that. Spices don't go bad. If you store them properly, spices don't go bad. I knew that before reading the first couple of pages of this book, but there's a lot of spices like rubs and kind of things like that in here. If you store a spice, it'll stay good for like ever, and it might lose some of its flavor, but it should not go bad if it's stored properly. So the beginning of the book does talk about why drive mixes save money, time, and stress, the ingredients, the shelf-stable cooking, and organizing your pantry. Then there's a 30-day pantry meal plan in here. I didn't read that, but my friend and I did go through and look at, there's a hamburger helper mix, granola, muffins, cookies, cakes. So it's all like, get out 2 cups of your cake mix, add eggs, and away you go, or whatever you have to, water, oil, whatever. And away you go, you're ready. So instead of having all those boxes in my pantry, I'm gonna have jars, I think. I'm gonna try it. And I'm gonna take you guys along. My plan is to take you along. I can't obviously give you the recipes, but my friend and I, she knows a store in Amish country where we're gonna go and buy the ingredients. After we decide which things we want to make, we're gonna go to that store and we're gonna buy the ingredients. And then we're gonna come back and can and preserve and whatever the meals that we chose, and spices and rubs and whatever that we chose to put in our pantries. We're real excited to try this. I kind of like don't want to go to Amish country and spend $1 million on spices, then come back and find out we don't like it at all. I kind of want to like, okay, I have all the ingredients to make this and just make it today. Well, I don't have really time today, but make one thing, just like a little, and see how well it goes before we drive out to Amish country and, do the things. But we're going to try it. And as I use the items, I will let you guys know. I'll let you know what we made. I'm going to do like a little video on it as we go. And let you guys, because I've seen these ads for this kind of stuff on YouTube all the time. And I thought, I really want to try that. But let me try it and then let you guys know if it's something you should do. I know a lot of you cook for yourselves, or as in my case, I've been home for 4 days by myself. I haven't cooked once. I made eggs. I made eggs one morning. But maybe if I had a soup already ready to go, there's stroganoff in here, stuff that will make if you pre-plan it, then making the meal is easy breezy, easy peasy. Maybe you would cook more. I would maybe cook more. If I could say, okay, I want beef stroganoff. I've got, I'll buy, a pound of beef and use my beef stroganoff recipe. Then what I don't eat, I can freeze for another day. And have 2 meals out of, or 3 meals, or whatever, that would grant me. I would cook more like that, as a single person. But Roy and I cook that way as a couple quite frequently, because we only know how to cook for, the family. That's how I've cooked my whole life. And since we've been the 2 of us, he's done most of the cooking. And that's grilling. So you're grilling, 2 pieces of chicken instead of 8 pieces of chicken. But like to make crock pot food, you're cooking the whole crock pot, so then we have extra meals and we freeze those for another day. And that works out really well for us, particularly when we were traveling. If he would make stuff in the Instapot, then we would have, for travel days, just take something out of the freezer and then you can just heat it up in the microwave when you get to your destination, which is really nice if you don't have to cook after you've driven and set up and, then you're tired. You don't want to deal with even turning the grill on, but the microwave is easy. So guys, that is a plan that I have upcoming in my new house journey, is the dry mix pantry, and we'll see how that goes and see if you guys enjoy it's not going to be a lot of part of the channel, but I'm going to share it with you just because I think you might find it interesting. And I think I'm going to find it interesting to see how it goes. Today, within the next hour or so, the gutter guys are coming, supposedly. And thank you. You know who you are. We did do some work with the gutter people. So the gutter people are supposed to come today and put the gutters on. Roy is coming home from his trip, and I don't know what time he's going to get here. I hope that he is here before the gutter people are done, because I really want him to examine the gutters and sign off before I pay them. But if not, I'll have to take that responsibility on for myself, and I really don't. What do I know about gutters? Okay, you were here, you worked, I guess you did the right thing. I didn't really pay attention when the gutter people were here. I was actually, I was here for part of it, but then I had an errand I had to leave. So Roy finished up with them, and I know what they're supposed to do. He told me. So hopefully still he's home before they get done. And then tomorrow our furniture comes. So I need to get like this stuff out of here. There's stuff in the sunroom that needs to be moved. This old cedar chest, it got broken during the move from our house. It was already not, the back piece got broken off. That's from 1934. I found the original certificate of, there's a certificate in there. It's from the Lane Company. It was my grandmother's. I thought it was older than 1934, but it is, said it gives you the whole manufacturer's date right in the serial number. I found that out online, but the back piece broke off. I'm sure it can easily be fixed, but I would like to take it to someone that could do it justice. It had been repaired at one point already, so I'm hoping that if we take it to the furniture store, they can fix it and put it back to the original, not to the original repaired. And I don't know when a repair happened, but I would like it to be as good as new as I can get it. Since it was my grandmother's, it was part of her bedroom set when her and my grandfather were first married. The rest of the bedroom set, I don't know what happened to, but I got that piece. And I've always cherished it. So, but it cannot sit there because that's where my couch is going to go. So and it's heavy and I don't know where to put it. We didn't put it upstairs in one of the bedrooms because I want to take it to the furniture store and it's heavy and I don't want to carry it upstairs and then have to carry it back down. So right now I have to figure out what we're going to do with that thing. It might just end up in the garage, which probably then we need to make space for it. So there, I bought curtains and blinds for our bedroom because we're not haven't been sleeping in our bedroom because we were doing work in there. But I did buy curtains and blinds yesterday for the bedroom. So he needs to put those up so that we can sleep in there hopefully tomorrow night. And I bought a bedspread. So anyway, there's a lot of work going on here over the next 2 days. And I don't know that I'll be able to film another video before the end of the weekend. So if not, just in case, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. And I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.